word poetry. The art of spoken word is kind of awkward being online because you can't hear people snap and respond. So I believe spoken word, for me at least, is very much a conversation between the audience and the poet. Like reading poetry was a very personal thing for the audience members. Spoken word is a very community-centered experience, and I believe for me, I like to speak my poetry because it gives a level of color that just reading it doesn't. So you know, if you feel like it, you can put some snaps or emojis in the chat room. I got a few poems for you today, and dealing with, of course, again with mental health. And I'm trying to switch up. I'll probably do a couple poems I did yesterday. So if you're with us yesterday, you'll get to hear a couple poems again, and then some new stuff too. But I want to start with this one. It's a fun one. I kind of wrote it just because the Cardi B and the Megan Stallions of the world have their bragging poems. So I want something I can brag about, and but really it's about all of us. So it goes, watch me sit like I'm on my diamond throne. Watch me be so comfortable in my skin that everywhere is home. That's right. I'm queen of the world, but move like a king do. Call me Hatshepsut. Call me Ida B. Shirley Caesar, the truth. Call me a blessing, and I'll come right at you. Call me a star, and I'll show you the light. Call me wrong, and I'll make it all right. I rewrite the Bible with how I be so fly, kiss the sky and make love to the Most High. I've been the bomb. I've been fee fi-fo forming on a Fibonacci beat. I've been the crown, and so I know defeat, and I'm still here. Perpetuating my purpose, repurposing my pain, protecting my gains. Got perpetrators acting like they don't know my name, but it's cool. Most call me Lenora Elaine, but that doesn't really matter because we all one and the same. God. I always start with that one because I just want to remind people that we all one and the same. So this next poem is dedicated to my grandmother. I wrote it just thinking about, you know, why a lot of reasons were hard, and I'm doing another poem kind of following up that. But a lot of times, especially Black women, we're trained to be hard or tough. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. It goes, they train us to get used to pain. They train us to make concrete of our skin, to make secrets of our sins. See, we are superhuman here, and we have to be. Lest we be more bullseye or broke or banged up inside and out. They train us to love with our hands up high, grasping for God, just in case that ends up being all that we got. They train us Black women to love with the knowledge that we may lose, so we get used to the blues even when we have the sun. And when we have sons and daughters, we train them to see. Few have the luxury of knowing what love do or how it feel. And so we got this boulder in our throat blocking our truth when we want to heal and need to speak, but don't because we afraid of weeks. So I felt nothing for weeks. I just worked until I fell asleep, or did not sleep, afraid to dream. It seems like everything we dare to love either breaks or dies or flees. And so I ask for your Holy Trinity to hold me in his place. All I remember is his face on that last day. All I remember is his eyes that did not know blue skies. He say they only give a Black man gray. And so I give him everything to try to make him stay. And this is the testimony of a woman who does not know how to break. They train us to be strong, to be still, to be brick, thus unreal or inhumane, forgetting to how to feel pain when then we dare to love, leave, or are jailed, or are slain. And his kiss, yo, his kiss feels like heaven before it rains, and it ain't fair. How to make it hard for us to relax in this land. It calls your life or your time or your time to be a full human, so you cannot be whole in your home, and thus he left me alone and I am here. Training my daughters not to know tears, training my sons not to know fear. This is how we make sure we survive. This is me being happy to be alive, at least this is me daring not to be weak, knowing I got these hands reaching for God when I cannot speak, knowing that is all that I got, knowing that is all that I need, and they train us to get used to pain. So that's it. And
Yeah, I'm gonna pause you for a second, Lenora. Y'all feel free to come off of mute, give her snaps, give her claps, give her all the noise you.
I appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That poem was it's a little sad, but it's not, because it's really about the toughness. And I wrote it from my grandmother's voice. But on the other end of that is this poem, and I wrote it about myself at first, but I realized it's really about Mother Earth. So on the last day of what we know as Earth Day month or whatever, yeah, it's called Still Love. I'm gonna do this poem and one more. I guess I got 7 minutes. We'll go. But it's also kind of about, you know, training for my grandmother and a lot of women who are inspiring me about our ability to love and continue to love, even after the pain or whatever we went through. So it goes, I make myself a Red Sea. I split at the seams. I hope I'm doing a godly duty. I hope I'm leading a lost child to freedom, even if they only give footprints when they leave. I still love. I display myself full of beauty and divine intelligence on a diamond plate he eats without saying grace. I still love. They say us women are made up of too many thunderstorms, too many oceans, too many moon high tides, and it makes men run, and so it makes me high. I still love. I make myself an oasis. My waters nourish tired bones, but they have long journeys and they cannot make home here. I still love. I teach them how to navigate my maze. I make myself clay, even though I know I am a gem, and perhaps I'm too good for him, but I still love. He says I am made out of fire. He says I love in a way which turns my beloved into ash, and so I follow my flames like a well-trained dragon. There is an inferno in my belly, making ghosts of my ocean. So there is no sweat when I work, and there are no tears when I hurt. But I still love. I still love. I still love. I'll always love. That's it.
Awesome. So I'm hearing you say that in spite of how you are perceived, how you may be perceived, you still love.
Ashe.
Which is powerful. Which is powerful.
Indeed. Even like, you know, yeah, I think it's even also like the resilience of not only women, but also Mother Earth, that regardless of all the abuse we give Mother Earth, for instance, and women as a reflection of Mother Earth, no matter all the abuse, it still bears us fruit. It still gives us love, if you will. So that's why I think of taking the voice of Mother Earth when I keep giving. And even though you might see me, like you said, as destructive, I'll still love at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Word. Yeah, so this was the one I did yesterday. So if you were not here yesterday, this is no, but I wrote those poems after a series of like just going, you know, reflecting over after a lost relationship. And I wrote this poem as a like just a final letting go of that relationship. It's called Black Women Speak. And it's really about rising up from, you know, those ashes. So I didn't say this yesterday, mitochondrial DNA, I mentioned mitochondrial DNA. If you don't know what mitochondrial DNA is, it's a DNA that you receive from your mother. Only your mother can give you mitochondrial DNA, and only women can give it to their children. So men, after men are born, it stops right there. So with mitochondrial DNA, it's a very powerful connection to the very long line of humanity. So the first human being on earth was a Black woman, according to most anthropologists. So the mitochondrial DNA that we have in our body more than likely came from a melanated woman. So this is called Black Women Speak. It goes, sister, don't you know you have a cumbersome tongue? I'm saying you can conjure up magic. Just say, come rain, come, and then soon will come your harvest. Birth from your full lips, birth from your tongue, and your tongue will say, hallelujah. Will say him Adullah, will say Ashe or Oshun or Ogun or Yemaya will say you, and you are a powerful vowel. I'm saying you can speak magical molecules and dust the night sky and make the suns rise like good daughters do. You are synchronized in the moon. You can subdue the violence that will rack our dark minds and dark matters rather been here a long time. You have the mitochondrial DNA of all them who dared to speak. It is your speech that was made to serenade the black sheep in this land where they come, they conquer, and they delete you. I love when a black woman speaks. I love when a black woman can make a speech in her silence. I love when she snaps and your synapse collapse. I love when she dusts you off and she makes you rise again with her sopranos and baritones. And it sounds like Mahalia Jackson's in your headphones. Hear the rhythm syncopating in your eardrums and realign yourself to the most high. The most try, it cannot be she who twists the onomatopoeias to create King's English. See, if you do not hear it, you will surely feel it or fear it. This black woman's speech is a fork in dragon's tongue hot. It is molten rock during summer times in Mississippi. It is Fannie Lou Hamer trying to tell them Southern belles ain't nobody free until everybody's free. Your diction be just enough friction and lavender oil on a baby's skin. You say, wade in the water, children. You say, follow the drinking gourd. This is life source and protection. This is prayer and resurrection every seventh day. This is 25-hour work days because we who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. So we go on and on. Yes, this black woman tongue is cumbersome and some. Well, some say the universe started with the word. Then I heard the words of Audre Lorde, who said, when we speak, we are afraid our words will be unheard or not welcomed. But when we are silent, we are still afraid. So speak, goddess, for God is speaking through you, I am sure. You spit shine until you are pure again. You are mother to all kin and humankind. If they did not hear you the first time, then you rewind. And when you only have words of prayer, I'm saying, when you only have words of prayer, when they try to make us lose our minds, remember, our blessings always come on time, and they always come on time, don't they? That's it. I don't have 1 minute, I think. I was trying to do one for the brothers. I forgot. I was to do that earlier.
I wasn't going to remind you because I was like, I like this one.
I was going to remind you.
Right. I had it ready, but
don't forget the brothers.
Hey, Bree, if it's okay with Bree, I'll do it. But
and you got 1 minute left.
I know, there's only 1 minute left. It's like a minute and a half home. Is that okay?
I'm not gonna fight you. Minute and a half. Let's do it.
Right.
Let's go.
It's called Dance Black Man. It's one of my favorites. It goes, when you come from a spot, when your future is gridlocked by basketball shots or hip hop aspirations, as if there is no hope after graduation, because you are seen as a man and thus you end up as a patient or a convict or a felon or a dead weight. And everywhere you go, there seems to be death waiting. What can you do? What can you do when anger and sadness are glued to your face and your feet? And so you walk at a slow pace with mask of tired and beat, and then they keep you in back kitchens because your skin is too dark or your voice is too deep. And though you two sing America, they keep wondering why you have to hustle. You keep wondering why you have to hustle so you can eat or sleep or feed your seeds, or you do everything right. And you're still the bullseye to police. What do? Something happens when a Black man dances. Overstating the futile circumstances he is forced to live by in this world, something happens when he let himself free to a beat. Chains come off feet, limits meet ingrid, atmospheres have come, conquer and delete, as if he knows it's a higher power that always wins. You see, there's a trend of making victims of the mighty. And so truth is hidden and laws become noose, and brown skin is forced to play duck, duck and always be the goose. And then the strange fruit. There is something wrong with a land that becomes frightened when we refuse to stay mute. Oh my God, we refuse to say mute. Like we're not meant to be free. Oof, well, I forget. Oh gosh, y'all, I'm so sorry.
Oh, you got it.
Well, we refuse to say mute. But I don't ever forget this poem. But something happens when all this, let's keep going. When a Black man dances, birds make trap music in treetops to celebrate freedom being recognized. When a Black man dances, Ghosts of Nat Turner and his troops give high fives. They know their lives are meaningful when a Black man dances. The sun gains one more year of life knowing things can't be that bad because a Black man's dancing. When a Black man dances, the mothers unconsciously smile like blue skies and butterflies and sunshine with one more year of life to give. When a Black man dances, ghosts of World War II veterans clap their hands, stump their feet, and shimmy nooses off their neck. The Black-owned radio stations become more clear in suburban places. The Atlantic Ocean giggles, inspiring reggae music on its shores. And for a nanosecond, Black women feel the Nile River in their tear ducts. They recognize joy. They hope it stays around this time. When a Black man dances, police sirens become inspiration to beat makers. Handcuff claps become a snare drums. And Martin and Megger and Fred and George Jackson and Emmett Till and Jesus Christ himself laugh royally, knowing their lives were meaningful. When a Black man dances, the nighttime stars become a disco ball. The moon becomes walkable, and black holes throw peace back onto the earth, no longer needing to keep peace to itself. Because when a Black man dances, Oscar and Grant, Jordan Davis, Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, and Black boys and Black men lost and found decide to get on down too, knowing their lives are meaningful. That's
Yeah.
Yes.
Y'all want to hear more, you can follow me online. Orison Wellness is my organization. And I will have my website and everything up soon.
Awesome.
You can find you on Instagram, right, Lenora?
Yeah.
My phone got silent. I can't hear. I'm sorry.
That's all right. We can find you on Instagram, right?
Yes, Instagram, Orison Wellness. I can put it in my in the chat. But
Thank
yeah,
you, because I want to make sure people can still connect to you.
yes, ma'am. But yeah, I'll be up with more stuff soon. Yeah, it's in the chat now. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
So much for speaking your truth in here. Come off mute,
Thank you
y'all.
so
Give her some
much.
applause, some snaps, everything. Give her everything.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Telling me.
Awesome.
Great job, Lenora.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Lenora. All right, for the rest of y'all, there's about 10 minutes before the next available things. You can jump into wellness hour. So there's a couple things you can do. One, you can just I'll put you back in the regular room and you can go get coffee, you can go get lunch. That's absolutely fine. At 12:30, we have Qigong coming up. Also at 12:30, we have a fitness class. Also at 12:30, we've got Recovery Idol, which I went to yesterday. It was really, really good. Or you can go to the networking hour where you kind of just hang out, talk to people, make some connections before you leave. So we can do all of those things. Let me know where you're trying to go in the chat and I will send you there. And Lenora, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for sharing, huge pieces of yourself with the rest of us. Thank you so much, sis.
Thank you for having me. All right. Peace, y'all.
She got to continue to teach the babies.
That's a good hookup, Gabe. Thank you.
No problem.
She's
No problem.
fantastic. Woo.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all sit tight. I'm going to start.
So I see the breakout rooms at the bottom. So should we just click that or no?
Yes, y'all can click a breakout room, join whichever ones you want. If you are trapped in here, I'm going to hang out here for a sec to move you around if you need it.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Thank you, Bree.
Of course, of course. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Bree.
No problem. Again, if you are stuck in this breakout room and you need me to move you to a different one for the next wellness hour activity, let me know and I'll move you.